It's happening year-round. There's not just a storm season, whether it's the heat, whether it's the cold, whether it's hurricanes, whether it's tornadoes, whatever it is, knocking out the power in your neighborhood, in your town, in your city. What do? What is your plan? Well, here at HSN, we turn to EcoFlow. This is the EcoFlow Tech Delta 2 power station that you see right here. Now, what you see behind it, this is the solar panel. This is one of the options that you get today to pick this up with the 110-watt solar panel and the power strip that you see on that side as well. This bundle right here is exclusive to us here at HSN. Normally, this bundle that you're looking at right here is normally about $1,400. Today, it's your opportunity to get about 50% off, $699.99. Even better than that, I want you to use your HSN card because you will get 18-month VIP financing on this, which means $38.88 a month, no added fee, no added interest. This is why you have an HSN card. So this is power where you need it, when you need it, for those emergencies, but also maybe it's for that tailgating party. Maybe it is for that your power tools in the garage. Maybe it's for the park, for the beach, RVing, camping. That power that you need that you can plug in up to 15 items all at once, your AC outlets, your USB, your USB-C, and you have that little screen on the front that tells you exactly how much power you're pulling and exactly how much time you have left with everything plugged in, like your fridge, like your microwave, like your hot plate. This is now your plan in an emergency, and this is now your power where you need it, when you need it. And we've got the deal for you today. Now you see two prices on your screen. The $599.99, that is without the solar panel and the power strip. But for just $100 more, that solar panel is going to allow you to really be off the grid, right? If you have no power, how are you going to recharge your power station? You're going to use the power from the sun with the solar panel. We'll give you a heads up. Quite a few more orders come in for the solar panel when we offer that as an option. So just a heads up there. We're going to spend all hour with our friend, our outdoor expert, Justin Hyatt is here to tell us all about it, to give us a tour of the item. Come on in, Justin. Good to see you. I said this is going to be the hour of power.
Hour of power.
This is it in power. Look, it's something that we talk about all the time, whether it's our devices and our laptop, right? How am I going to power that up? But what happens when the power goes out? We talk about it constantly.
We talk about it constantly, and then we live through it. And it's you know, for us that when we actually get to talk about it and then we experience it, you know, we get to joke about it because we don't have to necessarily go through it and feel like, oh wow, we're now a reactionary, right? We always talk about, you know, proactive and reactive is very different. The proactive is that, well, we know that we've got something in case of that emergency. Reactive is, I wish I had something when I went through that emergency. And that emergency could simply be out of power for 3 hours or 5 hours. But we also, when we say it's a power hour, it's always an educational hour too, because for a lot of you, never seen anything like this before. You know, EcoFlow is the #1 brand, not only here at HSN for power, but in the United States and going to be globally #1 power option for power stations. And what are power stations? Like you said, it's power where you need it, when you need it, and when do you need it? Well, of course, when the power's out. But when we think about those options, it's always been 2 options of gas and or propane. But then we start to think about, well, it's a combustion engine. I need gas, I need maintenance, I need to live in a place where gas and propane is an option, right? If I live in an apartment, I live in a condo, I can't use those generators. But now this is a clean, easy, unobtrusive, simple, and non-intimidating way to be able to have that power at home. And what you're looking at is you're looking at the Delta 2, which is our second phase of batteries. This is the newest iteration, the latest and the greatest, and it's got the best technology now, meaning it can power 90% of your home appliances, and it only weighs a little over 25 pounds.
It only weighs, look at the whole thing. I want to turn it sideways so you can see, this is the entire thing right here that I'm showing you. All that power that you're getting in a very compact size. Now, there are EcoFlows that are larger than this. There are EcoFlows that are smaller than this. But for my money, when you want to talk bang for your buck, how much power you're getting for the price that you're getting today, for the discount that you're getting today, this is the one. 90% of your home appliances you are going to be able to power up with this. That's 90% of the appliances that you use every day. I say 90% because things like maybe your dryer in your laundry room, right? In a case of an emergency, you're not turning to your dryer. But the things that you need, the fan in that heat wave, maybe it's cold and you need that hot plate and you know how much energy those heating items take up, you're going to be able to power them and charge them up with your EcoFlow Delta 2 power station. Here's a look on your screen, just some of the things that you'll be able to use. And remember, yes, this is for an emergency, but you're going to use it before then as well. And when we talk about the refrigerator, Justin, we talk about the kitchen and kitchen appliances. I mean, how much money, maybe even medicine that we keep in our refrigerator.
Yeah.
If that's out for a couple of hours, we lose a lot of money, and it can get dangerous if we have medication in the refrigerator.
Well, what we've been seeing lately, and I know you guys are seeing that right there, where it's power your life and all the different things in your life. And as you were saying, you know, this is going to power just about every single thing that you touch during the day, and even at night, right? When you wake up, whether it's a blow dryer, you're using your coffee maker, you're using a microwave, an air fryer, and that's why we like to start off in the kitchen, because this is where those essential things are, where we start talking about food, and we start talking about water, and you're talking about heat right now, especially even with medicine. You know, we were just talking earlier, we've been seeing this thing called a heat dome. It's in Oklahoma, where just sitting over Oklahoma, triple digits, over 100+ degrees, and prior to that, they experienced 60, 70, 80-mile-per-hour gusts of winds that knocked out the power. So now they're out of power. Now it's summertime. Now it's 100+ degrees out. How are you going to keep yourself cool? How are you going to keep your food cool, as you were saying?
Right.
And this is where we talk about the simplicity and it not being intimidating. So something that's in your kitchen. You don't have to go outside. And just one touch of a button, you can turn this on.
Yep.
Again, one touch of a button. It's like having a desktop computer, except that it's not even the size of a desktop computer. It's even smaller. It's more like a toaster, right? So one touch to turn it on. And then all I've got to do, after it's on, is plug stuff in. So right now, you never know at any given moment, right? You could be out of power. And like we were just saying, you're sitting there, maybe you're in Oklahoma, maybe you're in Louisiana, maybe you're in Florida. When the lightning strikes, the thunder hits, and you feel that just hit in your stomach, you're thinking, uh-oh, this is the worst possible time.
Yes, right.
Because you know what the best possible time to lose power?
Never.
Exactly, never. Never. There's never a good time to be out of power. Okay. Well, now we got our light, we got our fan, and it's being powered by our EcoFlow. Remember, inside, right? Because we don't have to worry about a gas combustion engine and the fear of using that, and then, of course, what comes off of that, which is carbon dioxide. Well, now we're using something in our kitchen. Refrigerator's out of power. Simply just going to go ahead, walk over here, and plug it in just a few seconds. Now we're going to have power to our refrigerator. We got power to some of the lights in the kitchen, to our fan. So now we're staying cool with the fan. We're not in a dark home. We've got a cold refrigerator and now a cold freezer. And you think about how could you do that in your life right now? And as we say, what's your plan?
What's your plan? Right, and a lot of times, Justin, we don't know, is this going to be an hour? Is it going to be 2 hours? Is it going to be 24 hours?
Exactly.
Right, so that, I bring that up because I want to ask you, how much time, with the amount of power we have in this, if it is a fan and a light, maybe we're plugging in something bigger like the refrigerator, how much time are we going to be able to get out of this EcoFlow?
You know, that's the beautiful thing about us being able to show you this live in the studios. You know, we'll show you graphics and we'll show you, for instance, with a refrigerator, say 15 to 17 hours. And of course, that depends on what size refrigerator that you have. But being able to do it inside and live, the best part is that we get to show you how this works and how you'll be able to see whenever you plug a light in a fan and how long it'll run it for. So we're showing you right there, you know, all the different use cases, because as you were saying earlier, which is this is, an investment that we talk about for emergencies, just like insurance. We've been kind of likening this to an insurance policy, except that you get to use your insurance policy. It's not like we'll wait for something terrible to happen and then I use my insurance policy.
Right.
This you get to use for all the fun stuff. So it's not break glass in case of emergency investment. You get to go camping. You get to say, well, I'm not a camper, but I want to take this to the pickleball court. I want to take this out to the balcony. I want to take this to places, even inside my home, that there are no outlets.
Right.
That's what's nice about this. Okay, so I was saying being able to see it in real time. We got our light, we got our fan, and now I want to show you the display. Because on that display now, it's going to show you every bit of information that you need. So it's going to tell you exactly how much wattage a light and a fan is. It's going to then show you your percentage. We're at 100%. Now right here, it's going to say roughly about 15, 16 hours that you'll be able to run a light and a fan for. So knowing no matter what you plug in, whether it's an air fryer, an induction burner, a microwave, knowing real time how long you can plug any of those things in, obviously is important, because then you get to prioritize what do we want to run, what do we want to plug in. So of course our refrigerator, but again, with a refrigerator, even close to 15 hours on something that's only 25 pounds.
Yeah, and also, listen, if you live in an apartment, if you live in a condo, a lot of us can't have, you know, a big generator. We're not allowed to have that. So you think, what are your options? What are you going to do to stay cool, or maybe even to stay warm? And I keep saying heating elements because there are a lot of power stations that you can't really run heating elements, because with heating elements, that takes a lot of extra power. Something like a microwave, something like a heated blanket, perhaps. You can't. This one will. This one is powerful enough to power up all of those heating elements as well. That hot plate. Sometimes when it's cold, that's all you need. You need that hot coffee, that hot plate. It's for the kids and the grandkids and the family. It's that light and that fan. Maybe that's all you need, or maybe it is the full-size refrigerator. This is now your plan. This is what you're going to turn to when that emergency happens. And this is how you're going to get it home right now. I want you to get out your HSN card or your Q card. I want you to take advantage of the perks that you get for having an HSN card. What you get is 18-month VIP financing. You can see that right there on your screen, 18-month VIP financing. Now, I mentioned earlier you have two options. You can pick up the power station without the solar panels, or you can pick up the power station for only $100 more with the solar panel and with the power strip. And if you do that, which is definitely the smartest option, it's $38.88 a month. That's about $1.25, $1.30 a day. That's it. And again, you're going to use this throughout the summer when you go camping, when you go just out in the garage. You're going to be like, where's the EcoFlow? Put the EcoFlow in the car. Let's take the EcoFlow, right? It's only 20 pounds. You're going to take it with you. And then when the emergency happens, not if, when it happens, you're going to know exactly what to do.
Yeah, not an if question, not a when question, because we know it's going to happen. How are you prepared in that situation? Again, it is about the preparation and getting prepared now. My dad's always like, okay, well, did you see that there's going to be a storm coming? It's going to hit on Tuesday. Well, you think you got plenty of time. Well, we got a week. We'll get prepared. We think food. We think water. Two essentials. You need power. But how are you going to be able to cook that food? We showed you how you can actually keep it cool. But eventually, you're going to say, well, the creature comforts of life is I don't want to be eating frozen food. So now being able to know that I can use a full-size microwave, just set it to 30 seconds. And then I want to turn this display back on. I want you to see this. When we go back over there, roughly about an hour, roughly about 37, 45 minutes that you'd be able to run a full-size microwave for. Never going to be running a microwave for nearly that long. You can use an air fryer, you can use an induction burner, but knowing that, again, when you are out of power, you can still have hot food. And that could be, again, we talk about this being a yearly thing and a seasonal thing. During the wintertime, how about hot food to keep yourself warm when it's still freezing outside?
Right. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's what you need. Or taking it with you if you are going camping, putting it in the RV, the park, the beach, the outdoor party, having that power, your power tools, instead of running that huge extension cord all the way around the house, trying to get it in the garage, find a place to plug it in. You're going to take your EcoFlow out wherever you're working and you're going to plug it in. It's power where you need it, when you need it. And if you're just tuning in and you're wondering, well, okay, well, what can I power? Take a quick look at your screen. This is just some of the items here, some of the appliances to give you an idea of what you can power up. Of course, your laptop, you're going to be able to, power up and charge up all of your electronic devices, but things like a fan and a coffee maker, hair dryer, microwave. Now, in case of emergency, you might not need the hair dryer, but it just goes to show you how much power you're getting because it is a heating element. This is now your plan, and right now you are getting up to 50% off if you choose the option with the solar panels, and that means you don't need to plug it in to charge it back up. You're just going to plug in the solar panels that you see right there, 110-watt solar panel. You're going to pull all that energy from the sun, and it's going to recharge. So you could really be off the grid. If you're out camping, RVing, you're going to plug it in, and that's how you're going to charge up. But let's talk about things like maybe CPAP. Maybe there's something that you really can't lose power on, something very important. Let's kind of move our attention to kind of in the bedroom, even a portable AC, but something just as serious as a medical device. Maybe this is what you need to keep you safe.
Yeah. And again, when we think about the options that we've been given, it's always been a gas or propane generator, and that really eliminates so many of us. One, you have to feel comfortable using those. Two, you have to be able to actually own and use those. What do we mean? As Ty was saying, if you live in an apartment or condo, you cannot use a gas or propane generator. And even if you're living in a high-rise apartment building or condominium, any that have those backup generators, those are for hallway lights and for elevators if you have them. It's not for your apartment. Now you can have your power in your apartment. And as Ty keeps saying, power where you need it, when you need it. And the best best part is we're not talking about outside the home, it's inside your home. So now it's where you need it. Well, we did it in the kitchen. Now we're gonna bring the power to the bedroom, which is what we're doing now. And now, again, as he was saying as well, which is our medical devices. How about being able to have a CPAP machine running right here next to your bed? CPAP machine, we talk about this as an investment. This is a $700 CPAP machine. And for anybody who knows anybody who owns a CPAP or uses one, you know how unbelievably important it is for them. Whether it's nebulizers, whether it's dialysis machines or oxygen machines. We've had customers talking about being able to recharge their mobility scooter. You know, for me, it's being able to have my nebulizer. For my sister, it's the cold medicine. It's being able to have the insulin. She's type 1 diabetic. If she's out of power for days, that insulin can't get warm. So we're all individually, obviously, different, and that's what makes us unique. But when we talk about the uniqueness of life, we all need food, we all need water, and we need power. Knowing that I can have a CPAP machine, and this is what I want you to see too. A CPAP machine, once it settles down, will roughly be about closer to 20 hours that we can run a CPAP machine. It's kind of fluctuating at the moment as it starts to warm up a little bit, but when it starts to settle, roughly about 20 hours, if you could run from 15 to 20 hours, let's say 2 full nights with a CPAP machine, is that the difference between going camping or not? Is that the difference between having a great night's sleep or not? And as Ty, you were saying, you don't know how long you're gonna be out of power. That's the question. So when we think it's 4 hours and all of a sudden it becomes 4 days, now we still need to be able to think about, okay, well, we want to be able to have a great night's sleep. Now, we've been talking about heat. We've got our CPAP machine. How about knowing, and I'm going to skip the fan right here I've got next to me. I'm going to go right here to the portable AC unit. I like to show this because, again, we talk about the different appliances. We talk refrigerator, air fryer, but how about the things that keep us cool? For any of you who are thinking right now in that summer heat, how nice it would be to have a portable AC unit. Do you have, for instance, a window AC unit? Do you have a portable AC unit? I know a lot of people who sleep hot, and they're like, Justin, I've got a fan that's by my bed every single night. Well, now you don't have to worry about sleeping in a hot bed, having a hot home. Heat can be one of the most deadly weather events you can experience. Knowing that you can run a portable AC unit, of course, and a fan, that is where it takes it to a whole nother level. And remember, this is 90% of your home appliances that this can run, not something that's only gonna run a phone and a laptop.
Yeah, no, I mentioned earlier, and if you look around at power stations, first of all, they are always, you know, thousands of dollars. I mean, this with the solar panel normally here at HSN is over $1,400. You're getting it right now for $699.99, but a lot of them say you can't run any heating elements because it takes so much power, because that power tends to spike, like with a microwave. It doesn't hold it at that power, but it will spike, and the power station can't do that. I'm showing you one today that can. Those heating elements, when it gets cold, you're gonna be able to heat up the food. You're gonna be able to, maybe it's a heating blanket, or those cooling elements, the AC that you need, that fan that you need. Yes, power outages are scary. They're inconvenient, but they can get dangerous if it's too hot or if it's too cold. And right now, with your HSN card, it is just a monthly fee over 18 months. We're gonna spread this out over 18 months for you. No added fee. No added interest. If you're just picking up the power station, you have 18 months to pay it off. That's only $33.33 a month. It's barely over $1 a day to have power wherever you need it, when you need it, particularly in an emergency. Now, if you are picking up with the solar panel, the bundle, the exclusive bundle here with the solar panel, which means you are totally off the grid, and that power strip, which means you can plug in a lot more items, especially if you're going camping or outside or RVing, that is only $38.88 a month. No added fee, no added interest. That is on your HSN card. Now, I know we've been kind of talking about a lot. I kind of want to bring it back down a little bit and maybe just take a little tour of it. I want to maybe take a look at all of the ports. We've been talking about all of the things you can plug in, but let's just take a real close look at it, Justin.
Yeah, you read my mind. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So, of course, we showed you how simple and easy it is to turn it on. That little gold button is how the display is going to turn on and how you're going to get all that information. Now, you see all the outlets right here on the very front. So these blue outlets right here are your USB-A, but they're fast charging USB-A. So when you plug in your phones, your tablet's going to charge it even faster, close to twice as fast. Your USB-A right here, your normal USB-A, 2 USB-C right here, and then as I spin this around, you're going to see that we've got our 2 full 3-prong AC outlets. Now, this is brand new to the Delta 2. You know, obviously it being Delta 2 means there was a Delta 1. That Delta 1 was the most popular size and option that we had for years. This is the new iteration, brand new technology, which we're going to talk about too. So you have 6 individual AC outlets. You also have your DC outlets. So for any of you who have any DC appliances, which actually DC is even more efficient than AC, so you can even run longer off of DC power than on AC. I want to talk about rechargeability and start to really kind of separate why EcoFlow is #1 and especially why you want this unit. So right here, this orange outlet is where you can charge it via the car, the DC adapter, which we do give you. This right here, of course, is where you plug it into the wall. When you plug this into the wall, if you had an idea of how long it would take to recharge, you'd say, well, it's going to take me 5, 6, 7 hours, I would think, right? From 0 to 80% in 50 minutes. That is 6 times faster than the competition. 6 times faster than the competition. You know, it's not like we're twice as fast or 3 times as fast, 6 times faster. Now, we talked about the orange outlet right here.
Okay.
Having the option of having solar. This is about alternatives. This is about options. You can plug that solar in, and if you had 550 watts, we're giving you 110. If you had 550 watts, you can recharge this via the sun in roughly about 2.5 hours, less than 2.5 hours. So again, now you have 3 different options to recharge it. Here's another really cool thing, and I kind of skipped over it. On this side is another outlet. Now, this is what gives you the ability to double the time and or triple the time. And what do I mean by that? Right here, we have what we call an extra battery port, where we can actually connect an extra battery, which I know we do have available, where you can go from 15 hours for a refrigerator to 30 hours on a refrigerator. And then again, not only double, but now, new to the Delta 2, you can actually triple the time by getting a Delta Max extra battery, but I know we have that Delta 2 extra battery available.
There you go. Now that's on 12-month VIP financing as well, so you can pay that off over a full month. If you want that backup power, if you're doubling your power there, you see it right there on the screen. I mean, this is what, when you talk about the kind of leading edge of technology, a company that is thinking ahead, that is beating the competition time and time again, in a compact, just look how compact that is. Look at the small footprint. It's only 21 pounds. So it's built to pick it up. I mean, literally, there's handles on either side. You're meant to pick it up and take it with you. It's a small size. It is lightweight. You're supposed to take it out to the beach, into the park, into the backyard, to the tailgating party, RVing, camping. You're supposed to take it with you. And then in case of emergency, now you have a plan. And now you at least have some creature comforts, or now you at least can charge up your devices when you need to. And what we do here at HSN, because we have such a good relationship with EcoFlow, for a small period of time, we're able to offer it to you at 50% off. We say, you know what? Right now is the time. We're seeing all of this news about storms, whether it's heat, whether it's hurricanes right now. This is the opportunity. So we say right now, we're going to give our viewers an opportunity to pick it up. If you don't have a plan, if you don't know what you're going to do in emergency, if you need that power outside or you want that power to take with you, right now, if you are picking up the Delta 2 power station with the solar panels, that is normally over $1,400. You see it right there on your screen right now. It is $699.99. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, I just can't put $700 down right now. I don't think any of us can. So that's something else we do for you here at HSN. We say, you know what? You can pay that off 5 flexible payments, 5 months. Even better than that, if you have an HSN card, or if you opened one up today, you can pay it off over a year and a half. 18 months. That comes down to $38.88 a month, no added fee. No added interest. You make that minimum payment, it's as good as cash, and you are covered. You see it right there on your screen. Now you say, I'd love to do that. How do I get an HSN card? I'm going to show you that here in just a second. Matter of fact, today you're going to save $20 off your purchase, but call 1-800-695-1418. A couple of minutes, you get approved, you get your HSN card. You can use it to pick up your Delta 2 power station with the solar panels. Now you're covered, now you have power, and now you don't have to worry about it, Justin, anymore. It's not that voice in the back of your head, like you said earlier. Every time you hear the thunder, see the lightning, the rain starts, and you heard on the news, a big storm's coming, you go, uh-oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't prepare. When you pick this up today and you hear all that, you go, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think when we talk about preparation, you know, often we think, all right, food, we've got food.
Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna make sure that we get a bunch of water. And look, we experience it here in Florida all the time.
We do.
You know, I'm born and raised in Florida. I can tell you the experience is propane goes quickly, gas goes quickly, food and all the grocery stores are slammed and packed, and you think it's a day or two before. No, no, no. It's a week before. And then all of a sudden that storm finally comes and that thunder hits, and then you think, all right, we're in the thick of it now. We're in it. So what do? You know, if we've only checked off food and water, well, now we're thinking, oh, well, how long are we going to be out of power for? Now we're reliant on our power company, or we're reliant on somebody else. How about having that independence and reliability on just you, knowing that you can handle this because you've got power, you've got light. We talk about, you know, light as if it's just something, but there's been plenty of times growing up where we just had candlelight, right?
It's true.
You know, because you're thinking, well, we don't want to waste the battery on a flashlight. We didn't have cell phones necessarily we had to worry about that had flashlights. It didn't exist then. But now we have light, and we think about light in a dark home. You know, if that's the difference between walking around safely and not, think about that. And then, of course, just a fan. You know, two simple things, but when these are taken away from you, and now you're in a dark home, in a hot home, all of a sudden you start to realize how nice it is to have a light and a fan.
Yes.
So now you're not in a dark home, you're not in a hot home, you got a fan right there on you. And then we've got our refrigerator. So again, I want to show you.
And this could be money. I mean, listen, if you think about what you have in your refrigerator right now, it could be a lot of money that you're saving. It could be a couple $100 worth of food that you're saving just because you picked up the EcoFlow today.
You know, we can joke about it, which I often do, but when you leave the grocery store, it's hard to not spend at a minimum $100, $200. And that's not, and you know, I don't have 5 mouths to feed in the house, so I can't imagine how much food you probably have stacked in. The refrigerator, of course, then we think about, we're prepared because we got plenty of food in our freezer because we're thinking, well, if we're out of power, at least we got frozen food. But then after 4 hours, that food starts to get warm. The freezer starts to get a little warmer and starts to thaw out. And then you think, well, all that frozen food that, you know, sometimes is microwavable, right? We think, well, we'll throw it in the microwave. We'll throw it in an air fryer. We'll have some of those pizzas or whatever it might be. But how are we going to cook it? Well, now this is where it takes it to another level. So we've got our light, we've got our fan. I'm just going to go ahead and unplug the refrigerator real quickly. And I do want to show you, we have that little...
I love this power strip.
Yeah, this is awesome. We have the power strip, comes with all these different outlets, plus USB and USB-C. I'm going to use it really quickly to plug in the microwave. Because this is our life right here, right? I mean, this is just like typical, this could be a typical day where we're just like, all right, don't worry about it. And that's the other thing. It's the emotional comfort. And it kind of anxiety buster where it's like,
true.
I know I've prepared, I know I have it, so now in that few seconds after the power goes out, I don't feel that pit in my stomach thinking,
I know exactly where to turn to. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not looking for AA batteries, AAA batteries. I'm not worried how long is that flashlight set there. The other thing is, it's not something that you only use in emergency, which means sometimes we forget how to use those things. If I had to pick up a fire extinguisher right now, I have no idea how to use it. I learned how to use it, but I've never used it.
Somebody.
But because, here we go, because you're going to use this over and over again, outdoor party, RVing, camping, power tools in the garage, the beach, the picnic, all these things you're going to be using your EcoFlow Delta 2 power station. You're going to be using it all the time, so in case of emergency, it's no problem. You know how to use it. I'm so impressed because if I could get across to you how hard it is to power up a microwave, any heating element, but a microwave really spikes. A microwave takes a lot of energy very quickly. That just shows you how much power you're getting out of here.
Well, actually, let's do that again, and I'm going to turn the display on so you can see this. And you're absolutely right. I mean, this is really amazing because, and we still have the light and the fan plugged in, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start, and you're right. I mean, this isn't a little microwave, even if it was a smaller microwave. When we go over the display, it's showing me over 1,600 watts of power. 1,600 watts of power. So you think about, what in your life uses that? Okay, not a lot, right? But it's our air fryer, it's our induction burner, it's a microwave, it's our blow dryer. But to be able to do something like what we're doing right now,
look at that,
in the house, in the kitchen, on a kitchen island, right? And you were saying if I had to use a fire extinguisher. But how many times could you say, if I gave you an EcoFlow and a gas generator and you've never used either one, which one would you be able to use?
Oh yeah, the EcoFlow, of course.
The EcoFlow. It's one button, you turn it on, and then you plug things in. That's it.
That's
you're
simple.
Right.
And that's if if you had the gas, right? If you had the, what are we storing gas, waiting a year, is the gas any good anymore? It's difficult. Yes, those generators put out a lot of power, right? But you have to have them away from your home. Some of us can't even have them where we live. And then you have to have the gas. This is something you're gonna have in your home and in your RV and when you go camping and at the beach and maybe just in the backyard at that pool party. You're gonna plug everything in that you need. You're gonna take this maybe out by the pool. You wanna plug in the blender and you're gonna make, nice blended drinks out by the pool, and you're gonna plug in your music and you're gonna charge up your phone and everything. You're gonna take your EcoFlow. Remember, this is only 21 pounds. It's a small footprint. It is compact, but boy, is it powerful. And here at HSN, right now, we give you an opportunity to get it home on 18-month VIP financing. That is no added fees. There's no added interest. You just use your HSN card and you can get this home right now. But I highly recommend getting the solar panels as well. Justin, maybe I've said a few times, and maybe I'm not saying it quite right, but why are the solar panels so important?
Yeah, well, again, it's the renewability. It's the independence of having a solar panel. We're not going to say that this is going to last forever, right? We know after running our light and our fan, we got 15 hours. Okay, so when it gets to 0% and we're still out of power, how can we recharge it? So that's what's nice about having our solar panel, is that we just take this outside and we use the power of the sun. And why do I have this here? Because you'd have to be relying on gas to do that. We'd have to be relying on propane to do that. And like you were saying, if the gas station's out of power, if the gas station doesn't have gas, if we only have limited amount of gas that we've stored, then what are we gonna do? For instance, like, this is not the biggest gas can in the world, right? We don't have much gas. When the gas is run out, well, the sun hasn't. The sun is always gonna come out tomorrow. And that's what's nice about having our, it was actually written into a song.
That was nice. that was like, well, and I want to point out too, you think, well, there's a storm, there's no sun. Even on a cloudy day, you're getting enough power.
You are, and that's one of the things about it, is that the conversion for the sun passing through the clouds, you don't realize, but actually the solar panel is still usable. So the solar panel, of course, is to recharge our power station. And that's nice. But here's the other great part about it, is that you can now use your solar panel in conjunction with your power station at the same time. And that's what now converts it from a power station to a solar generator. Now, what's a solar generator? When your power station, and by the way, you can see that bag. So this is actually a really nice protective bag. It's not weatherproof necessarily, but if you had it outside and it got splashed on, this will protect it. Of course, protect your investment from getting banged around. But what I wanted to say was, with the power station and the solar panel connected, it's a solar generator. So if this is at 100% and we're now using our solar panel, that means that we can use, for instance, our power station to run our lights and our fans, but it's being powered via the sun. So the sun is now going to obviously shine the rays onto our solar panel. Solar panel is going to convert that energy into electricity, pass it through our power station, and then pass it to whatever we got plugged in. So it could just be we're out tailgating and we've got our phones and our Bluetooth speakers plugged in. Well, those are getting powered and recharged by the sun.
That's
not
smart.
Depleting the power from our power station. Then again, you could use that for a light, you can use that for a fan, you can use that for your refrigerator. That's what's nice. So the more solar you have, faster recharge. Also, more solar you have, more you can power up while you've got it used.
It is so smart. So if you look at the prices on your screen, the solar panel, it's $100 more. But I gotta say, I was snooping around on the EcoFlow website here between you, me, and all of our friends who are watching here. That solar panel alone's a couple $100. It's a couple $100 on the EcoFlow website. So for just $100 more, you are getting not only the solar panel, but you're getting the power strip as well. This is a great way. Now, take a look at your screen right here, and you're gonna see different ways to use it. You're gonna see that screen that gives you all of the information that you need. That's another thing I love about EcoFlow. There's no guessing. You're never guessing. How long am I gonna be able to power up the fan and the light? Can I plug in the fridge? Should I plug this in? How much how much power do I have? You're gonna see it right there. Maybe you're a photographer. What you just saw on your screen, that's a great idea. You need to power your light. You need to power your flash. It's only 21 pounds. You take it with you. Maybe you're out there just barbecuing, have a good time. Maybe it's those weekend parties, those summer parties. And then what you see on your screen, in case of an emergency, you have your power. You see how that power station was up on his desk? Yeah, it's a small footprint. It's only 21 pounds, and it is easy to use, and it is very approachable. And you have all the information that you need right there. But what we do here at HSN, we make it easy for you to get it home. I want you to get out your HSN card or your Q card, And I want you to choose 18-month VIP financing. So you don't have to put $700 down right now. We're going to break those up into 18 payments, 18 interest-free payments, no added fee. 18-month VIP financing. That's less than $40 a month. It's $38.88 to be exact, and you're getting the solar panel. You are getting, of course, the power station, and you're getting the power strip there as well. And now you have power where you need it, when you need it, and you are covered. Before we take a little bit of a break, I do want to mention the extra battery, if I can show you that as well. And before we go, Justin, maybe you can give us a couple of pointers on why we may want to pick up